Hey, what is up guys, TechSnackles here, and these are the Aftershokz Bluez 2S. Shout out to Aftershokz for sending these in for review, and now to the review. So this wasn't my first time trying out the Bluez. I actually did a video review on the original ones about 3 years ago, and in that review I talked about how these were good for mainly just one purpose, which was to be aware of the environment around you while still being able to listen to music. Well, now 3 years later, and I've got here the Bluez 2S, which I believe is a sequel to the original ones, but has it improved? Well, yes. Let's start with the good of having bone conducting headphones. Firstly, they reduce the risk of eardrum damage, and they allow you to hear and be aware of the environment around you, which is extremely useful for outside activities. Now, these sit on your head, and the plastic is quite flexible, so they're quite easy to put on, and they sit quite comfortably. For me, they fit just perfectly, and they don't really fall off that easily. They stay quite snug there. But it might vary depending on basically the size of your head. They do come with this extra plastic band on the back, so it hopefully will help it fit better. However, I can't guarantee it. In case you didn't know, these are Bluetooth headphones. They impressively pair up almost instantly when you turn them on, and the advantage here is that there is no need for wires, but it also means it's got a battery. Luckily it charges via micro USB, which most of us have lying around. However, there's a short cable included in the box anyway. It usually takes me around 2 hours to fully charge it, and from that I've gotten around 6 hours of continuous use. But if you only occasionally use it throughout the week, then it can easily go a full week off a single charge. And yes, being Bluetooth makes these really great for exercise. Pair that up with them being bone conducting and IP55, which means they're sweat resistant. It makes them perfect for outdoor activities. And that's what they're really designed for. For situations like these, for example, if you're crossing the road, it's really helpful to not have your ears covered and be aware of the environment that you're in. Or for example, if you're running and you need to cross the road, this will kind of help you be aware of the environment and hopefully help you not get run over by a car. On top of that, you can make calls with it. It's got 2 noise cancelling mics, and as you can see, they're not the best. They are just about decent enough for calls. Now, in comparison to the original ones I used back in 2013, I can honestly say that these have really improved in terms of sound. It's gotten to the point where I actually like using them for their sound and not only their practicality, although that still plays a big part on why I use these. It also leaks less thanks to technology Aftershokz is calling Leak Slayer. If you've seen my review of the original ones, you might remember how I said that pretty much anyone around you could hear your music. Now that doesn't happen here anymore, provided that you're listening to your music at no more than a medium volume and that there's the usual ambient noise around you. Another big improvement are the controls. They used to be on the back for some reason, but now they've been relocated to the side. And there's also Address, which is basically a voice assistant that gives you system information and guides you through basically the buttons you're pressing. Now, of course, there's still some bad to talk about, but mostly it's just nitpick stuff. Firstly, it's still not as good or as immersive as having sound directly delivered in your ear via traditional headphones, and it'll probably never be. Secondly, sound still leaks if you listen to your music really loudly. Thirdly, it's a bit of a hassle to position these perfectly on top of your bones when you put them on. And lastly, although they do sit comfortably while on, you get a numb feeling on your head when you take them off. And if you wear glasses, there's an extra gap created, which means sound isn't delivered as well. And it's also not very comfortable to have them both on. But again, if you're getting these, you're not really getting them for their audio quality. I mean, they're bone conducting, albeit they're pretty good for bone conducting headphones. But mainly why you're getting them is for their safety features, the reduced eardrum damage, and the ability to just be out and around and be able to listen and be aware of the environment around you. And that's what these are really great for. So at £90 here in the UK and around $100 in the US, if we're talking bone conducting Bluetooth headphones, although I haven't tried many, I definitely recommend these, especially if you have a hectic lifestyle or do a lot of exercise outside. And that's my verdict on these. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. If you have any questions or you've tried a Bluez 2S and want to share your experience, be sure to leave it down in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.